So I actually fired our office cleaner after owning the Dreame H11 for about 8 months because this is such a good vacuum cleaner that saves me so much effort in cleaning up the office. It actually mops the floor and also sucks up dust. Its performance is so good, but of course that's not without complaints because this vacuum cleaner, first of all, it can't reach corners and also it isn't able to go to a lower angle. So right here we have two new vacuum cleaners from Dreame. This is the H12, which is the successor to the H11, and they are finally introducing their first ever robot vacuum cleaner, which is the W10 Pro in Malaysia, which is about to launch today when we publish this video. So let's unbox these two vacuum cleaners and I'll tell you my first impressions about them. Now let's start off with the Dreame H12. So just rip open the tape. Right, here we go. Dreame text on the top. And we have some instructions right over here teaching you on how to assemble the entire vacuum cleaner. So as you can see, it looks very much the same just like the H11, but I'm about to see some of the improvements that Dreame has done to the successor of the H11, all right? So we get user manuals, the roller brush. This is apparently a holder of sorts. Another holder, cleaning brush if you ever need one, the charging adapter, the filter. Here we go. It uses exactly the same filter as the Dreame H11. And apparently the roller brush has a different attachment this time as compared to the H11. So you can't use back the roller brush from the H11 on the H12. Next, we should be seeing the body of the Dreame H12 right at the bottom now. All right, let's take out the handle first. This handle looks pretty similar to the H11 actually. Yep, so there we go. This is the handle, which looks very much the same with the power on button, the suction mode, and the auto cleaning button on the top here, all right? Next is the charging base here, all right? So this is how the charging base looks like. It looks pretty similar to the last one as well. So apparently the two holders that we see earlier on attaches to the side of the charging dock just like previously so that you can put an extra roller brush and the cleaning tool. So next, there's another box here. All right, so this is the cleaning solution from Dreame, which is pretty good. Complimentary cleaning solution for the Dreame H12. Okay, so there you have it. This is the body of the Dreame H12. It looks very, very similar, looking at first impressions, as the Dreame H11, all right? So there is already a roller brush that's pre-attached to the body here. So that's a spare one if you're wondering why there's another one. So it's really good that Dreame has included two of these brushes right over here. As you can see, and as you can see right over here, the attachment is really different from the H11, and I'm going to show it to you in a bit. So on my left, this is the old Dreame H11, and on the right, this is the Dreame H12. Now, as you can see, in terms of design, there isn't really too much of changes right over here, except that the Dreame H12 has a darker gray color scheme as compared to the Dreame H11. They also weigh about the same. They are still pretty heavy, by the way, and they still have their water tanks located on the top and the dirty water tank right at the bottom here. So the major difference between these two in terms of hardware is the bottom part right over here, especially on the right part. Now, do notice that on the old Dreame H11, you do actually get a partition or like a bracket over here that holds the brush here, which is the reason why it can't actually vacuum side walks if you actually want to vacuum dust on the side. But on the H12 here, as you can see, there's a better clearing for the roller brush to roll on the side of the wall if you want to like vacuum up dust that is on the side. So, but then on the left side here, you still continue to get this thing right over here that supports the roller brush. So yeah, this is basically the two major difference between these two vacuum cleaners, and I'm really looking forward to find out how well they work for me when I actually review them. Now, another thing that I actually like here is that it now comes with an even easier way to take out this roller brush here, because previously on the Dreame H11, you will need to take out this plastic cover first, and only you will be able to remove the roller brush like this, all right? But on the Dreame H12, you basically just press this button here and the roller brush just comes out like this pretty simply. So there's no need to remove another plastic cover when you remove the roller brush, just in case you want to change it. And now let's unbox the Dreame Bot W10 Pro. Alright, so here is the box of the Dreame Bot W10 Pro, and we're just going to cut out the tapes and take out the contents inside the box, alright? Okay, so first things first, we are seeing one really big thing right over here, which I assume is the charging station as well as the dust empty station. Now, what's interesting about the W10 Pro is that it not only automatically empties the dust from the robot vacuum inside, it also refills water into the robot's water tank and also dries the mopping pad of the robot, which is an all-in-one station, which makes it so interesting, and I'm really excited to get this review on the channel in another video, right? Let's take this out first so that it's easier to get the charging station out. So right inside here, it should be the robot. Man, no wonder this is so difficult to take out, because you know what? This is a really big charging station we have right here. So yeah, there you go. This is the Dreame Bot W10 Pro's charging station. It's really big. I'm going to show you in a bit on why this is such a big thing here. Okay, so I assume what's inside here is the robot itself. So we get two mopping pads here that goes to the bottom of the robot, the brush, power cord, a cleaning brush, and the robot itself. So this is the Dreame Bot W10 Pro. Look at this design here. It's a really nice design that can actually fit into most households, especially when you have a lot of corners. So notice that on the front here, it is actually a flat corner. So this is to allow the robot to reach the corners of the wall properly, where most conventional robot vacuums do not, because they usually come with a rounded corner here. So you can't really get to the edge of the wall if you want to suck up something right there. So this is a really nice design that Dreame has done right over here. So you get a LiDAR sensor on the top here that maps up your room, and you get two cameras on the front that detects obstacles, and you can even use it as a surveillance camera if you want to. The dust box is located right here. Open up this cover, you get these three buttons, and this is the dust box. It is actually pretty big, probably one of the largest that I've seen in the market. And let's just slot it back in. Let's look at the base of the robot vacuum here. So you get three wheels, one small one on the front. Pretty nice wheels right here, and this is where the brush will go. And you insert the mopping pads to the back of the vacuum just like this. So instead of using one single piece of mopping cloth, the W10 Pro actually uses two mopping cloths here. So as you can see, as I spin this mopping cloths, they actually turn in different directions here, which is actually very interesting and makes cleaning your floor actually way cleaner when both are spinning in different directions here. Now let's take a look at the charging station of the W10 Pro. Now as you can see right here, this is a really big charging station, and that's because it has two big water tanks right inside. So it has a 4-liter wastewater tank and a 4.5-liter fresh water tank. So the W10 Pro robot vacuum itself does not have any water tanks built in. So every time when it starts cleaning, the fresh water will actually disperse clean water to the mopping pads to make it wet and to rinse it as well. So it will clean using the water that is dispersed from here. So at intervals, the robot vacuum will return to the charging station to have its mopping pad cleaned by the fresh water tank and disperse all the waste and dirty water over to this tank right over here. Now this is a really smart feature that the W10 Pro has, and I can't wait to try this out in my full review. So how does it wash its mopping pads? Well, let me show you guys. So right here, you can actually unlock the washboard, which I'm just going to press on these two buttons here. Alright, so once the washboard is unlocked, you can take up this entire board just like this. So this is where the mopping pads of the Dreame Bot W10 Pro gets washed when it gets docked to the station here. So you can totally remove this washboard to wash if you ever want to do so. So now I'm just going to insert it back inside here. and just gonna lock it like this. There's actually two clips here that you can press to lock the washboard, and we are just going to insert the Dreame Bot W10 Pro inside just like this. Alright, so it's properly docked right now, it's charging. There you go. Wow, look at this really nice display here that shows you the battery level of the robot vacuum. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to refill this fresh tank with fresh water, of course, and of course this waste tank is removable if you're wondering. So fresh water is finally in, and this is how you can open the lid of the fresh water tank. It goes through a clip, or you can actually open this little small inlet here to put in water if you want to. So let's just close it and clip it properly. Next, there's a pretty nice handle, as you can see. We're just going to put back into the charging station, and we are done. So the Dreame Bot W10 Pro uses the Mi Home app like other Dreame robot vacuums out there, and the most interesting part here is that it asks me whether I have pets in my room, and this is something new to me that I have never seen before on other robot vacuums, even though they have cameras in front. So at this point of time, of course, I do not have a pet here, but I'm just going to tap on pets anyway. All right, so it's going to do a fast mapping, which I'm just going to tap press on this start fast mapping, and we're just going to tap on the play button here for it to start cleaning. All right, so apparently it is cleaning the mop pad right now. So here's something really interesting here. So this LED panel also tells you what the vacuum is doing right now. So I think this is a really useful feature that I think other robot vacuums should actually have, so that you know what it is doing sometimes, because the voice prompts can sometimes be a little soft or confusing to people out there, and it's really nice that Dreame has included that nice LED screen. Whoa, there you go. So the W10 Pro is doing its job right now in self-positioning. Of course, it is not in the best environment right now because my office floor is in a total mess. So let's see how well it does all its mapping on its own. It's actually not too bad, you know, when it comes to noise levels. It's actually quite soft, and it wouldn't disturb you when you're sleeping and cleaning at the same time. So for now, I am just going to make it return to the dock. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to press on the dock button on the app right now. It's going to return to the dock right now. All right, let's see how it actually has the dirty water come over to this waste tank here. Right, it is cleaning the mop pad right now, and we should see dirty water shortly appearing right here. Wow, and it's now dehydrating the mop pad. This is definitely something new that I've seen on robot vacuum cleaners, because in most cases, I'll usually have to take out the mop pad and dry it under the sun. So that's a quick unboxing and first impressions of these two new Dreame vacuum products. I am particularly excited to review the W10 Pro and can't wait to tell you more about it in a final review, because it is the very first time that I no longer need to do that much of maintenance every time I finish using a robot vacuum. But of course, the Dreame H12 is also a nice improvement over the H11 with this improved brush right over here, which I also can't wait to tell you on what is the difference between the older H11, which I'm sure it is going to be awesome as well. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Stay tuned for the reviews of these two vacuums coming right up on the channel, so make sure you stay subscribed and be sure to follow us on social media, and I will see you guys in our next one.